Okay.
seconds. It's going to be one of those days, but we are live.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Wednesday, November 19th, 2025, at exactly 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for joining Rex Sisters. We appreciate you joining us this afternoon. Please don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, subscribe our videos. We would greatly appreciate it to get the word out. As a reminder, we're going to be off next Thursday and Friday, and then we will be off the Wednesday before Christmas until January the 5th of 2026. So please mark your calendars accordingly, and any videos that you missed, you can go back and watch. And don't forget, we have the Discord. The bot will be going through the chat if you'd like to join. Things that cannot be said. Usually what, Crazy Bee, on YouTube is the problem.
YouTube is the one that likes to give us the most grief about speaking my opinion and what I know to be fact from research I have done, but that's not good enough according to YouTube. That all my education and all my years reading medical studies for doctors is absolutely moot. And there's that.
So, yeah, they give us a hard time about it. So, discussions usually occur up in the Discord. Then, if you have any questions or want more information, or even give us ideas, you could post those in the comments or in the Discord if there's anything that you'd like us to check. And just as a reminder, the information that we provide usually has a minimum of 2 other sources, if not more, before we put a story out. And once the story is out, then Crazy Bee posts the most relevant piece in the description below. So if you have any questions regarding that, just let us know.
Yep.
With that being said, I'm more not Crazy Bee, so take it away.
Well, I'm getting links still sent out to the different platforms so people know we've gone live.
I see, and I see our Blue Rose is in there. Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you doing today? Is it raining?
Hello.
Is it raining where you're at? Because it's still raining here. It started last night, I guess, around 11.
Are we raining right now? We've had rain on and off, but it is dark as hell outside.
That was yesterday. And it's cold.
Uh-oh. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Oh, just making sure. I thought I lost you for a second.
Okay. I'd like to be lost. Okay.
I think being lost once in a while is good.
Yeah, but not the naked and afraid lost. Not that one, because there's too many bugs.
Yeah, I would rather at least have clothing, and I could be. I wouldn't even be afraid. I'm not afraid if I get dumped in the middle of the woods. I've had enough survival training that it does not bug me, bother me, or anything. As long as I have clothing, I can make do with anything. Well, in a pocket knife and a lighter. If I have those 3 things, give me a pocket, because I always carry them. My everyday carry stuff, I would have my gun, I would have my knife, I would have my taser. I would also have.
You're missing the whole premise of naked and afraid. That means nothing. You go in with nothing.
Well, I still know how to do all that stuff without it. I could make do, but it's a bitch. If I were to get, let's say, a plane crash or something, and I'm lost out in the wilderness, I could actually survive pretty well with the stuff I usually carry on me.
Yeah. Well,
if I'm allowed to carry my gun and my knife and my taser on a plane.
You're not allowed to have those items on an airplane, ma'am. Sorry.
I could have them. I think you can in certain circumstances if you set it up where you ship it in your luggage. In certain circumstances, you can.
Well, you would have to. It's not going on your carry-on, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be in my carry-on, but as long as my luggage survives the crash.
Did you know that Jack Daniels made alcohol so pure it was banned in 15 states?
shit goes everywhere, right?
Yes, I know.
Okay, all right, just checking.
Yep. And I can use parts from the
Let
plane for
me tell
shelter.
here. The best episode I ever saw was the guy that brought, are you ready?
Uh huh.
A roll of duct tape. It was the most, they were able to do so much. He made her a little thing for like underwear and something to cover her boobs with, and he gave
Uh
himself a
huh.
little thing, and they were able to make all kinds of things with the
What
um
you have in your what you have in your environment. Yeah.
right. Yep, they did pretty
People
good.
have done it for millennia before we started having stores to do it.
Right.
So, and I have not watched the show Blue, but I do know the premise of it and what it's basically about. And yeah, those kind of shows just annoy me because I see like 16 ways they could do it better and faster, and I think they're all a bunch of morons. Yeah, I don't watch shows like that.
They it was fun. It was interesting for a while
Mm.
just to see the different places that they put them in, and it was
Yeah.
different. All right, ma'am, what do you got up first for us then today?
Well, besides itchy skin and somehow a bruise on my knee that came from nowhere, what we have up first is our Christmas holiday thing, whatever you want to use it for. That is right here. There we are.
Ooh, this one.
It, yes, this one's actually fun for kids to make. It's relatively easy. You can make adjustments to it all you want. Um, really, I mean, it's so simple to make. We could actually just. Do they show the video? Yeah, they have a video here. Let's
Okay.
watch the video on this really fast,
Can
and
you zoom
we'll
out on
go
that?
ahead. Yes, I can.
There we go. That's good.
I gotta remember you say the backwards of what it is. Zoom in so you see it closer. But yeah. All right. Here we go. Let's play. This is so simple. It's worth doing. Oh, I gotta mute it because, of course, the music. So you lay out a bunch of crackers on foil. You melt down your butter. You add your brown sugar. And yes, candy thermometer usually helps. Add a little bit of vanilla. Sorry, vanilla, if you're in the chat. And there you go. Then you melt down your chocolate. I know an easy way to melt down chocolate they didn't show is you put the bowl in boiling water and it melts the chocolate evenly better and doesn't burn it. And yeah, sprinkle it on top. Or not sprinkle, spread. Spread. Yeah, sprinkle chocolate. Good.
Yeah.
And then, but I think I might do this with my kids this year.
Yeah.
It's so simple. And then you just break it apart. It's better than the peanut brittle. Peanut brittle is really good too. So yeah, nice simple recipe. The link will be in the description. As you can see, it's one you can save or print. I'm not signed in, but I do have an account with this website. Nice and simple. Like, you can't mess it up. I'm sure I could find a way to mess it up, but most people can't mess this up. So, and again, like I said, you don't have to heat the chocolate chips in the microwave. Just boil some water and put like if you have like another pot or something, put your chocolate in that and then set that pot in the boiling water and it'll melt more smoothly without burning or sticking. So, oh, Blue Rose, your nieces and nephew might like it. Give it a try. It is so simple. Dollar store stuff, and you can do whatever you want with it. And
Yeah, I
it's
might
like I
give that a
said, it's
shot.
so easy.
Yeah. What size pan does it say?
Medium saucepan to melt it,
Okay.
and then you're
Size
gonna need
pan to
your
put the crackers in.
a half sheet is what it says. A half sheet pan.
Okay.
It says to line it with foil and spray the foil with cooking spray so the crackers don't stick.
Okay. You might
So
give
yeah,
it a shot.
I might have my kids give it a try because you know what? I mean, it's not hard. I mean, most of the stuff you can get for $1 or
Mm-hmm.
less at the dollar store. And I mean, what's the harm? It sounds
Right.
so good too.
Right. Well,
And it'll keep the kids out of your hair,
yeah.
decorating the crackers. And then you just cook it for a few minutes and magic.
Right.
There's a treat. Now go eat, entertain yourselves. I got stuff to do.
Right. So anybody in the chat that tries any of the Christmas ideas, we would appreciate you letting us know that you did try it and
Mm-hmm.
what was the outcome. Were you
Yeah.
successful or did you burn the chocolate or were you unable to get your glue to stick on all the paper chains that you made?
Oh, that is so true.
Uh-huh. Isn't it? You know the one that I always have the problem with, which I don't
Huh.
recall if we looked at or not.
I did hear
Uh,
pop up.
that
I
is
made an egg
stringing
today.
popcorn.
What?
I
Oh, yeah, that
Yeah.
never, ever
Nope.
again.
Nope.
What?
One time and that's it. Nope, nada, ain't happening.
The popcorn chains for the Christmas tree.
Yep.
Oh.
All it does is crumble and fall apart.
Uh-huh.
Now, cranberries
Speaking of
are
Christmas
good
tree,
to do.
when should we
Right.
put it up?
We're doing that on Thanksgiving. So next week,
Yay.
on Thursday, you better start pulling the stuff out of the cubbies now so we can bring it down. Sorry, my son's like, when do we start doing the Christmas stuff? And as soon as I said Thanksgiving, he does his yay thing.
Mhm.
So he likes Christmas. My kids do because we do have a lot of fun with this stuff. And I think, if I get my niece and nephews around, we can absolutely make this stuff for so cheap. I mean, this
Right.
is easy. And again, with my daughter and my son being older, they can supervise the younger ones, and the teenage ones can help out and just, go for it.
Right. All right, sounds like a plan. So that's our Christmas cracker candy. Ooh.
Yep.
So if you want to be on crack, there's Christmas cracker candy. Say that.
Again, these kind of websites have stuff for year round. Right. You can always go back to these websites for ideas if you don't know any or you want something new. I love the websites that I'll be posting are great.
Yeah, even this, you could definitely do this for any holiday. Just
Easter.
Change up your sprinkles and your M&Ms or your candies or whatever.
Yep. You can absolutely, for Easter, Halloween, all of that stuff, even birthday, for a little birthday snack, if you're having a big party and you're trying to keep kids out of your hair, give them this. Right. There, go eat that until the cakes and everything's ready. Mm-hmm. And that way they eat less cake too.
Right.
So.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
All right. What do you got first next?
We have this one, if I can remember to hit the share tab. I gotta remember to hit the share tab.
This one. So why don't we watch it first and then we'll talk about it?
And I will let you.
Talking now, I won't shut up. So.
Yeah, and I will say someone put a rebuttal in the comments that was really good.
All right.
So we'll check that out too. Yep.
It's been 2 weeks since we won the election. We've been pretty busy.
Projects the Democratic Socialist Zoran Mamdani.
Too often, this is a time of just celebration as opposed to preparation. We want to make it both.
A lot of these things are new, but one of them is pretty old, fundraising. But why are we fundraising? Well, we have less than 50 days until we take office, and we have a lot to do. We have to vet the 50,000 resumes we've received. Thank you. We have to keep paying our incredible team. Thank you. And we have to plan not just our inauguration, but our policy implementation. Now, unlike the campaign, transitions do not get public matching funds from the city. So that 8-to-1 match, gone. It's up to us to raise the money. Usually campaigns take that as an opportunity to rely on wealthy donors, but that's not us. You've already been incredible. We've raised more than $1 million in just 2 weeks. Our average donation is around $77, and more than 12,000 of you have donated so far. which is much lower than the last administration's transition. But we're still asking for your help because we need to raise $4 million in total, so January 1st can be the day we start to deliver. We'll start to prepare. I hope very soon not to have to ask you for money, but until then, I'm asking for you to go to transition2025.com and give whatever you can to help build a New York that everyone can afford. This is your city, and I can't wait to get to work. No, I'm kidding. Thank you, guys.
So staged. So staged. Okay. $4 million to transition my ass.
I told you yesterday, where is the $1 million going? How much are these people making? Where's accountability? What does it take to transition?
Not $4 million.
Hell no. What kind of money?
And he already knows that the governor is going to tell him to take a flying effing leap with all his free bullshit.
She already did.
Yeah.
Supporting, what he wants to do, and Trump isn't either.
What was the point in supporting electing him if he's not going to be able to do, if you're not even going to let him do what he wants to do?
Right. We were just raided by outlaw
Yep.
dogs. Thank you. We appreciate your support.
Very much appreciated. But I don't get where they need. Why would these people endorse him just to turn around and say "fuck you" to him?
Right. Well, I'm shocked that almost 13,000 people donated already.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it is pure insanity.
Right. So I don't know who he's gonna get to. Who else he's gonna get?
I don't know.
But what comments did you see that you liked?
Oh, this one right here. It is 3 minutes long. I know it's a longer one, but I did not expect to find it the way I did. She is explaining how this is exactly what happened to Iran.
Right. I saw this. Go ahead. Hey, JJ.
You know what gets me? The fact that nobody seems to know what Mamdani actually said, and so he gets away with saying stuff like this.
I have never, not once, spoken in support of global jihad.
He has actually plainly confessed his support for global jihad in the 2008 landmark case, US versus the Holy Land 5. 5 people were convicted of providing material support to Hamas by way of millions and millions and millions of dollars in violation of federal law while disguising it behind charity. Those 5 people were sentenced to 65 years in a federal correctional facility. They were called the Holy Land 5. In 2017, under the pseudonym Mr. Cardamom, Mamdani himself drops a rap song in which he states, "My love to the Holy Land 5. Okay? My love to the people who funneled millions to Hamas. You better look them up."
Oh, I didn't know there was music. Oh, that's part of his song.
Maybe his views have changed. It's been several years. His views have not changed. When he was recently asked, do you think that Hamas should lay down its weapons? That's it. His answer was that he had no opinion. When you have openly supported the funneling of millions of dollars to Hamas, and since then they have committed a massacre that killed 1,200 Israelis and have shot and killed Palestinians at point blank range, and you now have no opinion on whether they should disarm, that's another way of saying, I support the terrorists, and that couldn't be clear.
I agree with her. If he's going to stand there and just be silent, he's supporting it.
He's silent on a lot of issues.
And I'll leave the rest for you guys to watch, because it is a longer one. And I don't know how often she repeats, because I have not watched it. But if she's basically just reiterating the same thing, yeah, he's useless and going to ruin. And again, I have no problem with Muslims in general, but when you start enforcing Sharia law, there's a problem, because it completely violates most of America's laws.
Well, why don't we get into all of that? And I think where are we headed? Down to Texas, right?
I do believe, yes, that is next.
Okay. And this came by way of, and we do listen to you guys in the chat. This came by way of Blue. So thanks, Blue, for this update of what's going on. This is unbelievable. So, a federal judge blocked Texas from implementing their new congressional maps, which we had talked about earlier. That's the redistricting that occurred. It would add 5 Republican House seats. Yet
Hmm.
California is being allowed to get away with it. This
Yep.
judicial tyranny must end. And there's a map that goes along with it that shows the redistricting. And
Because those are truly the only Democrat areas there.
we got
Everything else is Republican.
right. We got Dallas, Houston, and Austin, I believe, and some little outliers.
Yeah.
However, with what else we'll present, I don't know. There's worries that Texas is going to flip, so I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. So that's the map there.
Is there
And
more and mostly just people having a fit about it?
exactly.
Gerrymandering.
Well, that's exactly what it is. And take a look at that.
Republicans gained nothing.
Right.
Uh-huh.
That I mean, and they're not wrong. This is exactly what I have been complaining about. People are there making posts about the lack of Republicans doing anything about anything.
I
I mean,
know.
just like yesterday, how did 3 Republicans not vote to censure Jasmine, what's her face, Plaskett for,
Oh, the one who was talking with, what's his
Epstein.
face?
Yeah,
Epstein during
yeah,
a hearing.
yeah.
It's bullshit.
Those 3 voted to release the Epstein files. Why didn't they
But,
vote to censure her? But,
yeah, she should be in trouble for
right,
what she did.
but she's not. Not a damn thing happened to her.
She should be removed from office at minimum.
Well,
Jailed,
she's not.
if
They
more.
voted. They voted. Nope.
It's bullshit. And I know, I repeat myself, how much our government, Republicans and
Uh huh.
Democrats alike, are corrupted, miserable asswipes that do not deserve your vote.
I don't know who does. It's very disheartening
It
of
is.
what's going on. It's really
I just,
unbelievable.
it's unacceptable too that Democrats can get away with, redistricting, but nope, not us.
Yeah, and
Not the
California came by
Republicans,
the
not the
way of
neutrals.
Gavin Newsom. He's
Uh
pushing
huh.
for that. So, again, these are the the Democrat federal judges. Where is the Supreme Court stepping in to rein these people in and say enough shit?
Well, it shows right here. It's United States District Judge Jeffrey V. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Right here in this nice little spot. It tells you
Mm-hmm.
which judge to be mad at
Hold on a
and to
second.
complain about.
Yeah, hold on a second. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Jeffrey, what?
V. Brown. Greg Abbott was fighting for the redistricting. And you know what his excuse is? The map is racially discriminatory. Says it right there.
Okay. One moment. Oh, you're kidding me. Hold 1 moment, please. We're doing live on the air. Searching right here. Let's see if we can get a picture of them. Oh, yes, we do. Let me send it to you, Crazy Bee, so you can post it.
Okay. This is who you guys need to petition to get removed from the bench.
Yep.
1 second while I pull it up really fast. Copy link. Paste, and then I got to add this into the show notes. There we go. This is the guy to get rid of. Vote.
Mm-hmm.
Petition for his removal. Petition for his removal.
Yeah, because if he's doing this, I can only imagine what else he's doing.
Uh-huh.
So he's been on the bench since 2019, 18 years as a state court judge, 6 years each on the Supreme Court of Texas. He was...
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. We're still scrolling.
I'm just reading.
Oh, you're reading on your end. I'm scrolling on mine. So, yep. This is how you reach out and request that he step down for the bullshit of that one.
Right. Unbelievable. So, alright, Crazy B. Then I had that goofy, I don't know if you made heads or tails out of that. The one that I had the question mark on. I wasn't able to go back and open that.
Yeah, I have that right here.
Okay, I don't remember what that is. I apologize.
It pertains to the
yeah.
This
is where we can... Everything right now is going to start to mesh, and this is in Texas. Scroll back up, please. So
I just enlarged it.
okay.
I don't know if that's any better for you.
Yeah. Well, this piece here, what is being said is that while Abbott has put out that the Muslim Brotherhood, as well as CAIR, and that's CAIR, are terrorist organizations, this is a breakdown of grants that each one of these areas have received to date.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the money.
A lot of money.
I am not familiar. I mean, my church has never received anything. How is this possible?
I'm not sure.
This is taxpayer money. That's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the question is, how are they getting away with it under these circumstances when everyone else does not get this kind of kickbacks and bonus
Correct.
payments and donations? You know, these are politicians pushing things.
Well,
and very rich people seem to agree with this kind of stuff.
Right.
And these are grants. That means they don't got to pay them back.
That's correct. They're all...
I don't like that this one was cut off. The Nigerian Muslim Association of what?
Right.
Look at this. This is just in Texas by the looks of it.
Correct.
Total of 18 groups got $13,404,413.
Mm-hmm.
That is scary. And you notice it's all in the cities.
Mm-hmm.
Major cities.
Yes, ma'am. So keep this in mind now, these grants, as we proceed with the rest of the information that you're about to hear, and you tell me how the two of them coincide or match or equal in any way.
I guarantee we aren't getting this kind of stuff for Christian churches anywhere.
No.
There's no way we're getting any of this.
Right. I am familiar that Jewish organizations do receive monies.
But not like this.
No. That I'm aware of. So if anybody has any information on that, You'd be
Not on
happy to
this
look at
level.
it.
I would
The
honestly.
biggest issue here is, and again, I'm going to say it. I don't care. You can call me a racist, a bigot, whatever the frick you want to call me. If there's going to be violence, or you're going to come at me and say that, you're an infidel and you either switch to Islam or you will die, then I am a racist and I am a bigot, and get the F out of my country. And that is,
This country was not formed on forcing religion on each other.
no,
It
and
was
that's the
freedom
problem.
of religion.
Right, that is the problem, is that we separate the two. Islam
Yep.
is religion and politics together. They are not
Yes.
separate. They cannot separate the two. They are one and the same. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
care anybody that says, oh, we're here to get along. The Quran says what?
Well, it says that anyone not Islam is an infidel and can either be enslaved or gotten rid of.
Correct.
Putting it nicely. And I know some people will say that about the old Jewish text, but I don't see any Jewish people trying to enslave anyone.
And I am unaware of any. I
And
am
I'm not even aware of Jewish people saying convert or die. I've never heard of this.
neither have I. Now we go back, way back, and we've talked about this. I'm talking about, in the last 50 years, the last 75,
Mm-hmm.
100 years. When
Have
this
I been told I'll go to hell if I don't believe the way this
you'll be,
certain
and
denomination?
you'll be said bye-bye to. The country
Yep.
was founded, we didn't go through any of this.
I've never been forced to anything
And
in any
again,
religion.
it does, and I don't have a problem with legal immigration done the right
But
way.
assimilation.
Right, with assimilation. This
Yes, you
to this country,
can't bring your politics with you.
correct. And that's the biggest scare for Texas, is that they've gotten so many people from California and some other areas. They want to
Mm-hmm.
escape the blue states, go to the red
The
states.
blue state they voted to ruin.
Exactly. That you voted to ruin, and you're now fleeing because you don't like it. There was, they were unable to keep rent trucks or whatever, U-Hauls, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They were in such demand that people couldn't get out of California fast enough. And then you're going to
Mm-hmm.
take your policies and stuff and go to Texas in the
Or
biggest
any other
state and
state.
carry your crap there with us, with you? Are you out of your freaking mind?
Yeah. There are people, and again, this is not just Texas getting hit with the influx. Even my state has been hit with California influx.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, we want to get away from the crime and this, that, and the other.
You
They
voted
move into
for this
our area
crap.
and then vote retardedly for these politicians and don't follow up with what bills and stuff they're passing. And then you wonder why your state went to shit. Like, no. It just,
I know.
And I've got it in my area too.
Right.
People next door. Oh my God. I think we all remember when President Trump got elected and the neighbors were outside cussing at each other because one was pro-Trump and one wasn't. And the one neighbor's like, this is all your fault. No, it's the greater part of America said, you're nuts. We're not following your way.
Right.
Now, again, we've talked with how the media is making things look worse than it is, which we'll be covering under the immigration stuff when we get to it. It's just bullshit that, like, these people are so susceptible to stupidity.
Yes. They're falling for everything that mainstream media has to throw at them.
Mm-hmm.
Either in
Oh yeah, they didn't want
radio.
Kamala Harris, but yet they still do the stupidity. That, yeah,
Right.
I know.
Okay, what do we got next?
We have this one with the Sharia courts. Is that? My eyes are still blurry, itchy.
Yeah.
Do I need to enlarge this for you?
No, that should be okay. I'm looking for, we'll do the, is this the one with Steve Bannon in it?
Yeah, no, this guy.
Yeah, can you play that first?
Yes, I can.
He's
Let me
on
back it
Steve
up.
Bannon's podcast.
Oh, okay. I don't really watch Steve Bannon, so.
Texas, by the end of the decade, will have more mosques than any other state in the US. At the moment, California, I think, has got around 400 mosques. Texas is around 350. But Texas added 50 mosques over the last 24 months, and that is rapidly increasing. In Irving, where I was...
Hang on, slow down. They've added how many mosques in the last 24 months? How many?
48 mosques in the last 24 months, and that is rapidly increasing.
Hang on, they're opening multiple mosques per month in the state of Texas?
Yes, and this is not Epic City issue, which is one area that everyone is focusing on, thank God. This is across, and this is primarily in the Dallas, Houston area, and of course down in Austin. This is in the urban areas. I think there the huge amount of, I need to look at my figures, but there are around 200 mosques, 215 mosques, I think, that are now in the Dallas, Houston area, and around 100 plus mosques in Austin. And where I was in Irving, which is kind of between Fort Worth and Dallas, just by the airport, by DFW, there are 2 Sharia courts operating. And I know that your viewers and listeners, Steve, will think, because of the rhetoric coming out from the Republican Party, that actually there's a stop on any Sharia courts. That is not happening. There's a stop on Epic City. This is not happening in Texas. But yet there are 2 Sharia courts. One of them has, I think, ruled on 200 cases in the last year. The other one ruled on 100. And these are voluntary.
Hang on. You can't have Sharia courts here in the United States of America. How do we have 2 Sharia courts that are actually, handing down decisions and verdicts in the great state of Texas, sir?
Because as in the UK, we have moved away as natives from certain areas because the police are too busy, the courts are too busy, the local authorities are too busy. And if a community will deal with their issues, then we will accept that. Now, these verdicts are not legally binding, just as in the UK in the 85 Sharia courts, they're not legally binding, but they are binding for those communities, because these women, they don't speak English. They don't have any clue that there is a world outside. They may live in Texas, but really they live in 7th century Arabia. That's all they know. So positionally they're in the USA, but mentally, emotionally, legally, they are back in the Middle East. That is my concern. So Islam enters in the back door and we lock the front door, and it's not enough.
He is so right. Wait, people native to America move out of those communities, and we don't pay attention to what happens afterwards.
Okay, so we're going to see further information that I'm providing about Epic Center did not stop. It is still ongoing. The MMFers changed the name.
What?
Yep. So let's keep going and let's see how angry we can all get.
Oh, yep. Import the third world, become the third world. I just want to show that meme really fast.
Yep.
Texas.
Oops.
They take predominantly a large portion of benefits. But we'll see videos as we go on. So,
continue, yep.
Yeah, so this came out on October 14th. this is all legal mumbo jumbo kind of thing. It came from Paxton's office. They uncovered, now, initially they tried to stop the center from being built. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
lawsuits and that were filed. The project was given a go, and then Ken Paxton, their attorney general, he uncovered illegal activities by Epic City developers, and he requests a referral from the State Security Board to file a lawsuit. He also wants the feds to come back in. Now, the feds were there, the FBI and the DOJ had opened up a case, but they closed it. So,
Really?
yeah, they did. And I find that very interesting. How could they close it, but Abbott turns around and deems them to be a terrorist organization, right? And now the Trump administration is looking to piggyback off of that to see if indeed there should be enough, to reopen the investigation up again. So people that participated in the development, they're saying that they are in violation of violating the law.
Well,
So
and the thing is their goal was to literally create a mini Middle East where they have full control, no state or local authorities have any say.
that's correct. Just
And
like
that
it,
goal alone is un American.
correct. And what again,
Medicine.
whatever judges are saying that this is permissible, something needs to be addressed
Walmart.
about this. This is no, if they can come in and set up their own city and be unto themselves, what prevents any other country from doing the same? Why can't China come in? We bought this land. They own Smithfield Foods for pork and other products, right? They own that.
Mm-hmm.
China does. Why can't they just come in and say, you know what? This is our property. We're building here. This needs to be
It's
done
well,
nationwide.
even like I can't add anything onto my house or anything like
I
that
know for a
without
fact going
the
to
locals'
China.
permission.
I
What the
know.
hell? But then again, if it's all that community is Middle Easterners who immigrated here, they're not going to fight back. They wouldn't fight back at their own country, so they fled here,
Right?
and now it's happening here, and they're not going to fight again.
Right.
They're just going to go flee somewhere else.
Well, I watched a
It's
video last night. I
insane.
was going to put it up, but it's a little bit on the long side. And it's Ronald Reagan talking about the expectations, of what's the future is going to hold and what's going to happen, and how
Mm-hmm.
this is going to, come to be. And I lost my train of thought on that. I apologize. I have so much
It's
in my
okay.
head right now that I haven't slept. I went down just to find that Mamdani piece, and I didn't stop until 7 a.m. And I'm telling you, I was in the rabbit hole and almost
Well,
didn't come back
it's
out. So,
X and Facebook and TikTok are all designed to do that to you.
yeah. Yeah, I have to make a commitment to stay out of exit at a certain point at nighttime, or I'll be on there all night.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll be hitting you with, oh, we need to do this. Oh, we need to do that. So, while we're talking about Epic City, what do you got on that?
Um, the next one. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
this one.
So, is this the Ken Paxton one, or is this the name change one?
This is the name change one.
Okay, you got the one, uh, I'll go through this one, but I'm also looking for the Ken Paxton.
That
The
was the Ken Paxton one that we just were on. This one.
oh, that we did Steve Bannon just before.
No, we just
Oh, I'm
literally did
sorry.
this one,
Oh,
and
slap.
now we're on to that
Okay,
one.
slap. Thank you. I might not make it till 5 o'clock. If Well, I don't snore, so Uh, If I'm quiet, then you know I fell asleep. All right, so we got, as I mentioned, uh, the project is now getting a new name, and guess what? Instead of Epic City, it's going to be called, ta-da, the Meadow. Doesn't that sound lovely? Don't you want to go buy property there at the Meadow? So, a proposed development from East Plano Islamic Center known as Epic City may be getting a new name soon, according to Collin County Judge Saturday. Now, uh, Crazy B, while I'm reading this, do you think you could find this judge? And let's put his
Uh huh.
picture up as well. You might as we'll just click on his name and let's see if it takes us to him.
Oh, it does. It takes us to his Facebook post.
Oh, let's go see what he looks like before we continue reading. So, Texas, we got another pick for you. Oh, grasshopper.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a
And he claims
Texas
to be a
conservative?
conservative.
He says he's a conservative? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. And almost all of his photos are the same thing.
Huh.
Who he's endorsed by. Wow. This was literally put up 18 months ago or 18 minutes ago? Oh, no, 18 minutes.
It's, 18 minutes ago. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I am not fond of that.
Nope. So there you go. Judge Chris Hill for you. All right, let's go back to the article, please. Would you zoom
Mm-hmm.
in a little bit, please?
I most certainly can.
There we go. So, Judge Chris Hill, as we've just showed you on his social media, Epic City will now be called the Meadow Hill. Also attached a diagram of the planned development. While no plans have been filed with the county yet, the project's corporate entity, Community Capital Partners, confirmed the name change to the Dallas Morning News Monday. Hill said on Facebook, I can't believe he's saying stuff on Facebook,
I can.
but on Facebook, that the group has filed or may soon file an application with the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality and will file a plan application with Collin County. Terra News reached out to Community Capital Partners and will update this story with any response, which we know they will not give. The name change comes after months of backlash from surrounding residents and state officials. The project, a 402-acre development in unincorporated Collin and Hunt counties, roughly 40 miles northeast of Dallas, near the city of Josephine, would indicate a new mosque, more than 1,000 single and multifamily homes, a K through 12 faith-based school, senior housing and outreach center, commercial developments, sports facilities, and a community college. It was first proposed in November of 2024, but in March of 2025, Attorney General
Uh-oh. Dean will be back as soon as possible. Um,
Crazy B
Hi.
would
Can you
happen.
hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know. You were in the middle of a sentence and went by. It's like, what?
All right. Well, I lost the chat, so
Oh,
it just went blank.
again.
Oh, will you mark that time, Crazy B?
I was just grabbing my pen.
Yes,
Um,
ma'am. Crazy. So they did 3 state investigations and a criminal investigation by the Department of Justice over religious discrimination accusations. The 4 state investigations include claims the project could be discriminating against non Muslims in violation of the Texas Fair Housing Act, along with alleging potential financial harm to investors, potential violations of Texas consumer protection laws, and operating illegal funeral services. I wonder what that's about. The federal probe was closed in June, and the Texas Workforce Commission in September resolved all fair housing allegations. Paxton in October claimed his office found evidence Community Capital Partners violated state and federal laws. His office requested the state Securities Board, an agency responsible for protecting investors and enforcing the Texas Security Act, review his office's findings to file a lawsuit against the developers. At the same time, Epic filed its own lawsuit against the Texas Funeral Service Commission for the right to perform services after the commission ordered the mosque to stop them earlier this year. And that's the end of that particular article.
Yep. Yeah. So they're basically just doing a name change, and
everything is full steam
stays
ahead.
the same.
Correct.
Which, again, they're talking about building an entire city within a area that says no state and no local outside involvement. So if it's in that county, those county sheriffs can't do shit in what they want. It's going to be a self-governed city like Disney World was.
Correct.
And we all know how that went to shit because of the crap they did.
Plus,
I don't like it.
Imagine being a non-Muslim and, go move into their community and see what happens.
They'll be nice until you if they think you're going to convert. But if you ever don't convert, it will turn ugly, and they will make sure you are not comfortable living there. But if they think you're going to convert, it'll be fine.
There was I have it up in our potential videos. A reporter went to see for himself, and he was followed by a drone. No matter which way he went, a drone was following him. He went into a gas station. When he came out, the drone was above his head, waiting for him. That's messed up.
They are so untrusting of people who do not believe and think the way they do. And again, radicals have taken over, and it's to the point that sanity left the culture.
Yes.
And you don't become radicalized overnight. This is generations of radicalizing their children to get to this level.
Correct.
It's scary.
That's why I said yesterday that I now believe that it has always been now from within. It's been the sleeper that's been sitting there that is now bubbling to the surface. And
which ruins it for the people who fled them.
Yeah, for 25 years, we've been doing the slow roll, the slow burn. Mamdani gets in, and boom, the match is lit.
Well, it's basically what happened in Hamtramck and Dearborn Heights, and now happening in Dearborn.
Right.
The three major Muslim areas in Michigan. And again, 2019 was the last time I was in any of those communities, and I was comfortable going in. I mean, of course, I covered my tattoos and I wore long sleeves. I didn't show a lot of skin out of respect for their culture. And, I didn't do a lot of question asking. I let the doctors handle it because, again, I respect the culture to a degree. I'm going to do my job, but I'm also not going to come in and just be horrible to you and not give a shit. Right. So, and as long as that equal respect is shown, I don't care. But now we've got, like you said, these radicals that have been here, sleeping here, building the community, radicalizing more people here in America. And again, they start with the sweet bit, oh no, we're not violent or anything. Forget what you saw for how many decades on the news
Right.
of what's been going on. That's not important. Oh, you saw a video of one of the men, the police or military, killing a woman on the street because she didn't have her head covered right. Yeah, don't, no, 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 no. That's not, no, that didn't happen. That's just propaganda.
Right.
And I have met people like that, but I've also met people who still hold to the Muslim faith, but not on the radical level of having to convert everyone. They're more modernized,
Right.
which is kind of, again,
Well,
their religion is
well,
mostly dominate.
right.
So,
And the religion states that you are not Islamic, you are not a Muslim if you do not follow the
mhm.
teachings. So by you saying they're modernized, they're
They're
not.
technically not Muslim. They're like
Yeah,
an
right.
unorthodox version
Correct.
of Muslim or
Correct.
Islam,
Correct.
uh,
So
which is, yeah,
they
they would be
technically would
killed.
be put with us as well.
Yes,
So,
they would,
yeah.
because they're not out to take out anyone who doesn't agree like them. And again, like I said, the Catholics, separate from other branches of Christianity, were just as insane for a while, but then they died down. Islam has not been dying down like the other religions have.
Right. And
And it's
speaking of
kind of
religion,
scary.
speaking of religion, just real quick, as I told you earlier today, we now have, was that a couple weeks ago? We brought up the Pope and how
Oh, yeah.
he's now on the climate change bandwagon. Well, the Pope is now on the bandwagon against Donald Trump and the United States immigration laws and policies. We should not be sending illegals back. We need to treat them with human dignity. And what was interesting about all that is Tom Homan had a very good response back to the Pope. And you know what that was? Is
Shut up and go
said,
preach.
why then? Well, first off, he said, why don't you worry about the Catholic Church and stay out of my lane? Stay in your lane because the Catholic Church has a lot to uh, be desired about. But the Vatican, that's surrounded by walls and guards. And if you breach the Vatican, their
Oh,
punishment,
yeah.
their punishment is worse than the United States. All
Yes.
of the cardinals, they're all behind locks and keys and all of that. And Homan's like, you know what? Open up your home, let them in.
That'll never happen.
So immigration has really, as Crazy B said, I don't know how we're going to get through all this. I don't know if we'll be done by Friday or not. We'll try our best, but stuff just keeps getting added
Hmm.
as we find more out. But it's crazy. It is just absolutely nuts.
The world is a mess, and a lot of people. What the Bible itself says, "He who has not sinned cast the first stone." Well, these motherfudgers are throwing stones in a glass house, and it's about to come down.
Uh,
When they start telling us to change our immigration rules when they won't change theirs,
mm-hmm.
yeah, I got news for them. You look like a jackass.
Well, many people have said that about him. Okay, what do we got up next?
Um, this.
Oh, so this is while we were paying attention to Mamdani, this is what we weren't paying attention to. This is an actual Muslim network television uh, corporation. And if you would scroll up Crazy B and zoom out, I'll get it sooner or later. Where did the article go?
It's down
Here
here.
we go. Okay. 42 Muslim Americans win in U.S. elections, marking a record milestone. From New York, to Virginia, Muslim candidates make record gains, reshaping U.S. politics and signaling the community's rising influence despite Islamophobia attacks and disinformation campaigns. This is from November the 7th of 2025.
One, that's scary. Why are they in other countries say that's what you were talking about, and I know I try to give benefit of the doubt to quite a few of the people I know and have known over the years, but that's alarming. That is really alarming.
Yeah.
The way that's worded is so alarming.
Yes, it is. In a remarkable show of civic engagement and perseverance, 42 Muslim Americans have been elected to public office across the United States in this year's off-year elections. This marks the largest number of Muslim victories in American political history. The diverse group of winners spans at least 9 states, from New York, Virginia, Michigan, New Jersey, Maryland, Washington, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and North Carolina. The newly elected officials include 5 mayors, 4 state legislators, 2 judges, and dozens of city council, school board, and county officials, reflecting both the breadth and depth of Muslim participation in American democracy. This record-setting result, documented by the Council on American Islamic Relations,
Sounds
also known as
familiar.
CAIR, that's CAIR, CAIR, the Council on American Islamic Relations, and its advocacy affiliate CARE Action, underscores a decades-long shift from Muslim political I can't say it,
Yeah.
marginalization in the post 9/11 era to growing representation at nearly every level of U.S. government. Historic firsts from coast to coast. The standout victories include Zofran, who made history by becoming New York City's first Muslim mayor, a stunning turnaround in one of the world's most watched political contests. We don't need to read any more about him. You can see the different people that were elected. Crazy V and I may start taking a look at some of these people to get a handle on their background or their beliefs.
Oh,
Numbers
here's the
behind, yeah, there they are. If you'd scroll back up, Crazy B, a little bit. According to CARE's updated report, 76 Muslim candidates ran for public office nationwide. 42 were victorious, with 4 more races pending recounts or runoffs. So there's a potential for 46.
Yep.
And there's the names of everybody.
This is just insane. And again, places Dearborn Heights, Hamtramck, Bellevue is actually, I'm shocked by the, well, if we're talking Bellevue, Michigan.
Right. That's what I take it to mean.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Because Bellevue is like upper class white neighborhood, like
Mm-hmm.
old retired politicians' neighborhood.
And look there, the mayor's race is too close to call in the Hamtramck mayor's race.
Mm-hmm.
2 Muslim candidates facing each other. Regardless, they're going to have a Muslim mayor regardless of the outcome.
But that's not technically a first. Hamtramck, that's not the first.
Right.
Hamtramck's had Muslim mayors.
Okay. So this is decade of steady progress. Dude, scroll up, Crazy B. The 2025 elections mark the latest phase of a growing wave of Muslim political participation that began roughly a decade ago. In 2010, there were fewer than 20 Muslims holding elected office in the entire country. By 2020, that number had more than tripled. Now,
Like
with
the UK.
42 confirmed wins this year alone, the Muslim community is no longer on the margin of U.S. politics. It is increasingly part of the mainstream. Experts say the rise in Muslim representation parallels the demographic and generational changes within the community itself. Younger U.S. born Muslims, many educated in American universities and active in social justice movements, are now leading campaigns that appeal to broader constituencies beyond religion. Dr. Dela Magahead, Director of Research at the Institute for Social Policy and Understanding, said the trend shows a maturing political identity. Kiss
I don't see it
no.
as maturing. I see it as dumbasses not understanding what they're getting into.
These candidates are not winning because they are Muslim. They are winning because they are qualified, credible, and connected to their communities, she noted. At the
No, it's
same time,
because it'll
yeah,
piss off their parents.
at the same time, their faith and cultural background brings a unique empathy for marginalized voices,
Oh my god,
overcoming
bullshit.
hate campaigns and Islamophobia. CARE's report praised Muslim candidates for their resilience in the face of anti-Muslim disinformation and hate campaigns, particularly online. During the campaign season, several Muslim candidates reported facing smear efforts that falsely linked them to extremism or accused them of being anti-American. Some were targeted with deep fake videos or doctored images circulated on social media platforms. Despite this, voter turnout among Muslim communities was strong, especially in Michigan, New Jersey, and New York, states with large Muslim populations and active grassroots networks. CARE's executive director, Nihad Awal, said the victories represent a triumph of democracy over hate. These wins are not just for Muslim Americans, he said. They are for all Americans who believe in justice, equality, and civic participation. They show that no amount of bigotry can silence those who are committed to public service. Awad added that Muslim candidates' success was particularly meaningful in a political climate where Islamophobia still lingers in both rhetoric and policy. Many of this year's Muslims winner are first or second generation immigrants who built careers in education, law, social work, or community organizing before entering politics. They go on to talk about different people who won what. Yeah, you can
What's
keep
sad
going.
is this is basically an invasion. It's a very silent invasion.
Signs of Americans' evolving democracy. The growing Muslim political footprint is also a reflection of America's changing demographics. Muslims now make up approximately 1.3% of the U.S. population, or about 4.3 million people, according to the Pew Research Center. They are among the youngest and most ethnically diverse religious groups in the country. Political scientists say that as these communities grow in size and confidence, they are becoming an integral part of local governance. Muslims Americans are no longer outsiders knocking on the door of democracy. They are shaping its future through city councils, school, and state legislatures.
We're
CARE
fucked.
Action said they plan to release a 2025-2026 directory of elected Muslims officials in January to track progress and prepare for the next election cycle. The groups also announced new civic education and voter mobilization initiatives ahead of the 2026 midterms. Every election cycle, we see more Muslim candidates, not fewer, said CARE's executive director. That's a clear indication of confidence, growth, and belonging. Messages beyond the numbers. So you can keep scrolling down. Of Crazy
That's
B.
it.
Yeah, that's it. So this is what was put out by the
It's a much better written article than American journalists do.
from the Muslim television network, or Muslim Network TV. So this is their article, their information. So this is what their community is saying. In contrast to, I did not see this anywhere from anybody in the United States. It may be out
No, it's
there.
hidden.
Yeah,
How many people from America are going to actively go look for this?
I don't know.
And look at this. Again, they're calling it in Israel genocide.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Hamas is the one committing the genocide, not Israel. It's just, I wish people could get past the rhetoric that's put out in so many ways.
Right.
Again, I'm not a fan of a lot of the leaders around the world right now. Like, Netanyahu has fucked up in so many ways.
Oh, well, when he comes to New York, he's going to arrest him, so you won't have to worry.
Yeah, well, there was a video put out by Mr. Terry, the history teacher, on YouTube, of all of America's war crimes in 20 minutes. And they were talking quite fast.
Mm-hmm.
We've committed a lot of war crimes. A lot of our people are definitely guilty of the same shit. This is not us saying we're better. This is, we need to all be better.
That's probably every country, has something to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
But a lot of people in America don't realize America's just as miserably corrupted.
As Russia, China. I mean, we've done some pretty bad shit.
Vietnam.
Oh, yeah.
Is all I gotta say.
Right.
When you want to talk about war crimes, Vietnam was the era of war crimes.
Right.
Oh. So, yeah, as a whole, we all need to do better, but this invasion, it is so quiet, it is bloodless invasion.
Why don't you play the next piece with the Akberjit?
Yeah, this
let's
one.
See what she has to say. Now, I've watched her before. I've watched her, and I was extremely hesitant to put her out here, only because of I thought in the beginning, we're going to be called names, racist, bigots, Islamophobics, all of that. But when you listen to what she has to say, and you go for yourself and you look up what she's saying was published, then you come back and tell me if...
I don't care what people label me as. I don't want to see all Muslims eradicated from the face of the earth. Right. That's not what I'm doing. And I'm not afraid of their religion. I'm not afraid because I don't understand. It's because I do understand, but I'm still not afraid because I stand on the ground. To each his own. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. We won't cross paths.
Right.
And if I have to, like if I was working in medicine, I would treat you no different than anybody else.
Well, that's
I don't give a shit.
Crazy B. That's why they want that, so that we won't cross paths. But they're not.
We can all blend if they just stop trying to force everyone to convert.
Right. All right, let's see what she has to say.
While all eyes were focused on New York and Mamdani, 42 Muslim candidates backed by terror-linked network have seized key offices across America, proving that the Muslim Brotherhood plan to infiltrate and destroy America from within is now a reality.
It's Ben.
76 Muslims ran for office nationwide. 42 won. 3 races still pending. The 42 Muslim officials now occupy positions in some of the most influential jurisdictions in the country, from New York's mayor office to Virginia's executive branch, from Michigan's heartland to local school boards. The newly elected officials span at least 9 states: New York, Virginia, Michigan, New Jersey, Maryland, Washington, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and North Carolina. The list includes 6 mayors, 4 state legislatures, 20 city councils and commissioners, 6 school board members, 2 judges, and 3 other political positions. You've seen me talking about the Muslim Brotherhood Plan for America and holding this document in my hand. They told us the plan, now we're watching it unfold in real time. This plan was written in 1991. We are 34 years into it. And as a refresher, here's a paragraph titled, Understanding the Role of the Muslim Brother in North America. Quote, the process of settlement is a civilization jihadist process. The brothers must understand that their work in America is a kind of grand jihad in eliminating and destroying the Western civilization from within and sabotaging its miserable house by their hands. The last page lists 29 front Islamic organizations in the U.S., including the Muslim Student Association, which Mamdani was a member of, and IAP, which later became CARE, Council on American Islamic Relations. These Islamic organizations are celebrating a stunning milestone, the most significant wave of Muslim political victories in American history, with 42 Muslims elected to office across the United States. You would be excited too to add 42 Ilhan Omars and Rashida Tlaib's Jew-hating, America-hating people to public office. CARE, the unindicted co-conspirator in the largest terrorism financing trial in American history, is bragging about their successful political activism. CARE's federal super PAC, the Unity and Justice Fund, is the weaponized financial engine funding and winning U.S. elections. CARE is mobilizing Muslims and mosques as political launchpads to build campaign infrastructure. The result is a political machine operating from the pulpit to the ballot box. The 2025 elections shattered every record for Muslim representation in American politics, marking a historic leap into municipal and state power. CARE and its affiliates are preparing a 2026 directory of elected Muslim officials and expanding programs to mobilize more candidates before the 2026 midterms. The media calls this a historic first. Terror-linked CARE calls this phase 1. And what is even more scary, they locked shields with the left, whom I call useful idiots, working together to destroy America and everything you and I stand for. This is why you need to be engaged now. We need you in this fight, especially as the anti-Semites and anti-America unite. Join me and actforamerica.org as we mobilize the nation. We need to fight to preserve America's values and freedom. Start a chapter, become a member, volunteer. We are organizing neighborhoods nationwide, bringing people together who are as concerned about the transformation of our country as we are. Time to commit that America will not be destroyed under our watch. If you don't have time to start a chapter or volunteer, donate $26 to our 2026 campaign, and we'll send you a copy of the Muslim Brotherhood Plan. Become a partner and help us fight 24/7 to save our country. Share this video. Go to actforamerica.org right now.
I'm pausing right here for a second. I want to see if I can get to the Islamic Brotherhood website tonight and see if what they have is the same as what these people are putting out.
Okay.
I want to make sure this isn't just one person, one source. I like to have multiple sources, and straight from the horse's mouth is my favorite. So I'm going to play with that after we get done with the live stream and see what I can find on their website that backs this up. because I
Yep.
never like taking. Well, this is what they have, and it's coming from us as printed, like Project 2025. Everyone tying Trump to,
Yeah,
and it had
there's
nothing to do
other
with
people
him.
that support what she says, so that is
Yeah, and
certainly
that's why I want to
available.
go to the website and see what the website says.
Yeah.
I wanted to go see what I can find on the Islamic Brotherhood. And God knows the feds already watched me enough. Here we go. Pray for me.
Hey, Cannabis, how you doing?
Hey, Cannabis. And oh, by the way, hi, JJ, and everyone else who stopped and stayed in after Outlaw Dogs. I've been busy pulling things up and changing some things around, so I didn't get to say hi to everyone. And you can't see me wave, but I was waving. So, yeah, I definitely want to check out the main source of where they claim this is coming from, just because it's me. And if I can get a version of their handbook without having to pay $26, I can do so too. I'll see what I can find, because it's alarming. And again, like she said, it's a silent takeover. They started. It's a really big, really good invasion plan, if you think about it. It sucks that it's happening to us or
Right.
anyone else, but I mean, logically, I got to give them props. Good plan.
Right. Hold
I
on.
hate to say it that way.
Right.
So, but
Well, this is interesting because I just pulled them up, and
uh-huh.
let me send this to you real quick. This is uh look at how far back that's dated.
That's from the congressional government,
That's
the
Congress's
15th.
official website. That's the
Our
Oversight Committee.
Congress.
Look at the date. July 11th,
Hold on.
2018.
2018.
Uh-huh. The Muslim
Uh-huh.
Brotherhood's global threat.
Hold on. I'm trying to add this in.
Okay.
I put this into the show notes as well.
Thank you.
Let me zoom this in. Yeah, this goes all the way back to 2018 on their threat. Let's see, what did they do with it?
Probably what they do with everything.
Um, we can listen to it. Let's hold on. What was the meeting details? Oh, right there's the video.
Let's check it out.
Okay.
From Georgia, Mr. Heiss, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And listen, whether
You
the
turn
number
it
is
up a little
1%,
bit, Crazy
5%, or
Steve.
as you mentioned, up to 50%, the
Their
question
volume is
and the issue is,
maxed.
we all know it doesn't take but a small number of radical terrorists to create an enormous problem around the world, wherever they may strike. So with that in mind, Mr. Jasser, let me begin with you. How important a role does violent jihad play in the Muslim Brotherhood ideology?
Well, I think it's central, and they might condemn certain tactics here or there, but at the end of the day, their motto has remained advocating for violent jihad. Their be prepared passage from the Quran is simply a battle that they use as their rallying cry. So at the end of the day, they are a jihadist organization that believes in the technique of violence as one of the avenues to be used.
Okay, so let's look at an example of that. How did the Egyptian Muslim Brotherhood treat religious minorities, say Coptic Christians?
I was there in 2013, and they committed, and their leaders and imams called for acts of violence upon Christian communities, upon the Coptic community. And while there may have been some debate here or there was impunity given to various Islamist leaders that call for those acts of violence. And especially after they lost power in 2013, it became no hold bar, and it's been that way since.
All right, so let's bring it closer to home. What kinds of activities does the Muslim Brotherhood engage in here in the United States? Do we know what's happening here? What kind of plans, or what can you tell me with that?
Look, I have to say I'm not an expert on the Muslim Brotherhood here in the United States. I've been more focused on the splinter groups and affiliate groups abroad. But what we can say is certain groups have been involved in terror finance cases. We have seen examples of this. The Holy Land Foundation, for example, is sort of a famous one. That was an organization that was providing $12 million to Hamas over the course of about a decade. And the Muslim Brotherhood group CARE was an unindicted co-conspirator in that case. It had an unspecified role in that case. So we've seen examples of this in recent history. But again, I think the important thing to note here is that we need to see a certain criteria in order to designate them. In some cases, we just might see examples of troubling behavior. And this is where I think we need to, with all respect to all of my panelists, we need to be looking simply at the criteria, not how troubled we are about a certain ideology. We need to be there is a criteria in the U.S. government for designation. We go after those groups in the U.S. that are in violation of our law, and we continue to watch those that may be exhibiting some troubling behavior.
Okay, thank you. But by your own admission, you're not an expert of this in the United States. Dr. Jasser, let me go back to you. What other radical Islamic movements outside of the Muslim Brotherhood should we be concerned about here in the United States?
Well, it's interesting, actually. If you look, for example, at the Khomeinis, Hezbollah was designated a terror organization. We had sanctions against Iran for decades. That's one of the reasons there haven't been as many acts of Shia-inspired radical. It's not because the Hezbollah or the Khomeinis in Iran love America. They chant death to America all the time. But the sanctions and the inability to fund and build mosques like the AKP now is building in Maryland and elsewhere, like the funneling of money from Saudi Arabia. I mean, up until just a few months ago, Saudi Arabia was actually intimately involved in the spread of the Brotherhood into Europe and in the West. So if you look at our own national security incidents, San Bernardino, Boston bombing, Awlaki. Awlaki came through the Muslim Student Association, which was part of the motherships of the Muslim Brotherhood history, progeny here in the United States, that then evolved. Now, Awlaki then left the Brotherhood ideology to become a Salafi jihadist and join Al-Qaeda and go to Yemen. But that revolving door of ideology, if you look at the radicalization of a lot of Islamists in the United States that go from the belt, the conveyor belt of nonviolent sort of political, anti-American, anti-Semitic political Islam that go towards radicalization, it often starts with Brotherhood legacy groups in America. And I'll tell you, as a Syrian American, the Syrian American Council is one of the central parts of that. Its own leadership has said its affiliation with the Brotherhood in Syria is one of the reasons the United States ended up funding a lot of radical Islamist groups, including Jabhat al-Nusra, Ahrar al-Sham, and other radical groups in Syria, because of Muslim Brotherhood sympathizers in the United States that told them, oh, they're okay. And you can find this by doing research, by looking at their Facebook, social media posts that sympathize with those groups in Syria.
Thank you. Could you provide this committee with a list of all those?
Absolutely. It's in my written testimony that was submitted, sir.
Okay. All of them?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
If I may.
I'm going to pause right here. I did find their website, but I don't feel comfortable going to it without using a VPN. So I will.
There, Crazy B.
I would suggest a VPN so they can't back hack you or backtrack you.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not on their website. I apologize. I'm on. If you go back to that page with the beginning at Congress, that first page, or that's the witnesses. If you can you scroll down on that page, Crazy B?
Yes, I can.
And let me see.
Okay, that's
go back
to the main one, the text one.
To the main.
This looks like it's just
keep going.
The summary.
Yeah, keep going. Now, keep going.
Oh, this is just the transcript of what was said.
Okay. Are we? Okay, so if you start at the beginning with this testimony versus listening to them, it is clear in writing the books and the references. The Supreme was written by their Mohammed that wrote the book. It's a militant, organization. And basically, he's saying we will take things by force and by violence. You have every right to do so in order to carry on the religion. Everybody read it. It's in the written testimony here. The names of the book, the founder in 1928. Jihad is an obligation from Allah and every Muslim and cannot be ignored nor evaded. He wrote a book called The Way of the Jihad, where he wrote, it means fighting of the unbelievers and involves all possible efforts that are necessary to dismantle the power of the enemies of Islam, including beating them, plundering their wealth, destroying their places of worship, and smashing their idols. End quote.
Yeah.
So it continues. You can read their Supreme Guide. That's what you're looking for. That's what it's called. By Mohammed Badie, Badie. He said that the organizational goal is to establish a new Islamic caliphate, including imposition of Sharia law, which is the totalitarian,
Totalitarian.
thank you, Islamic legal code. All you got to do is take a look at Egypt from 2012 to 2013 and what happened there. I mean,
Give
this
me a
is,
second. I'm
yeah,
going to pull up their website
go ahead.
in general because there's a lot to it.
Oh, there's a lot.
Let me show people what we're looking at.
Okay.
This is the page. They have their message, their history, all of that. And then they even have a section on women, and it's just all about the women who have been arrested. Oh, different ones. And I mean, this is. It keeps. They use the term peaceful action will save Egypt's women from the coup regime oppression. But what I was reading is that this isn't the. Well, see, when you look at their when you look at the one Muslim Brotherhood, it's the Sunni Islamists that are
Correct.
supposed to be running this. The
Correct.
Sunnis are not as bad as the Sharias.
Right.
Okay? But how is it getting twisted into the Sharia in America and not Sunni? Somewhere along the line, it's twisting.
Well, I'm not
Because the Sunni
sure that.
Muslims aren't perfect, but they're not as bad as the Sharia ones.
Well, what does that
But
bad mean? You know what? That.
they're not as bad to their women and stuff. They're more lenient.
Oh, wow. That says a
They
lot.
allow them to wear regular clothing if they so choose. They have more rights than what the Sharia ones do.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, there is a difference.
Yeah, just like there's a difference between the Jewish faith and the Catholics or the whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, for the longest time, the Christians, women weren't even allowed in a church, and women were supposed to have their heads covered too.
correct.
That has gradually
The veil.
been weeded
Correct.
out.
Yeah, you had a veil and.
That's why a lot of women still wear hats and bonnets to church,
Right.
especially of the what's the word? Mennonites and Amish. The women will wear bonnets and stuff. Not just to church, but all the time. It's because women are supposed to have their heads covered. And that's old Bible.
Right.
Old school.
And Orthodox Jewish women do not show their head. They wear wigs.
Mm-hmm.
Do not show their hair. That's for their husband only. So
Yep.
there's a lot of religious pieces that carry on in each religion that they, everybody does their thing. That's fine. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. But I can be respectful.
It shouldn't be forced.
Correct. I have Jewish friends. I've worked for Jewish bosses. I've been in their synagogues, at funerals, at weddings, parties, all of that. However, I will tell you, I still was treated as an outsider, as not one of them.
But you weren't disrespected or, made to feel ridiculously uncomfortable.
That's up for debate on some of it, but, for the most part, everybody was extremely, accepting and, took me into the mix and into the fold. And obviously with every every group, you're going to encounter some difficulty. It'd be no different than if we went to a Catholic church, a Lutheran church, Baptist, whatever. You're always going to have your people that are a problem. But
see, this article statement right here from May 21st of 2018. I'm pretty sure it was Hamas who went after the protesters, not the Zionist enemy. Do you see how it's worded right here?
Right. And that's from 2018?
18.
And so it is still going on 7, 8 years later.
Yeah.
So what else is in their website, Crazy V? Did we find the manual?
No. There is no manual. When I look at the message of EHAM, this is all it is. 2 small quotes. But this is the English one. So it might only be in their other one. So I don't know. It says that women are allowed. They make up half of it. I don't know. There's not a lot.
Yeah, there's nothing current in there. Can you go back, Crazy V, to the beginning, to their
homepage?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have some statements.
What's the last thing that they published?
September 24th, 2024. Oh no, here's October 18th. The steadfast of sin war and the will of, I don't know.
Okay.
Let's see what they have to say. Among the believers are men who have been true to their covenant with Allah. Of them, some have fulfilled their vow and some still wait, but they have never changed their determination in the least. This is just basically... Let me enlarge this if I can, so it's easier to read. The noble knight and courageous heroes, the leaders of the glorious epic of October 7th, dismounted, following the footsteps of truthful men before him, who gave their lives selflessly in the way of Allah. The blood of Albana, Yassin, Rantisi, Morsi, Haniye, and all the heroic leaders was offered as a sacrifice for the liberation of Palestine and something mosque.
Yeah.
I'm not very good with Arabic. So they're basically glorifying the people who attacked Israel on October 7th.
Yep.
And I don't agree with any attacks. There's plenty of ways to peacefully live. They choose not to follow peaceful. Yet they claim they're peaceful. They're peaceful, but they attacked for no reason as far as I can ever find. This is again, but I want to look further into their native one.
I don't want to get too wrapped up in them. I mean,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's alarming. But for those who want to, I will post the link.
I'm not going to lie. There are things I don't know about, forces that are being uh, perpetrated that I don't understand, and I am only going by the knowledge base that I have combined with the feelings that I have, right? I can't
I'm
I can't
I've
disassociate my feelings with
no, and no one should.
right. But the point of this is I am alarmed. I am not going to lie. I thought I knew a little bit. I knew about Texas. My antenna got flared up once I found out about Philadelphia and what was going on in there. Then Mamdani shoots out, and then I hear the statement, "We are everywhere in the country, and we have just been waiting." And I'm like, there we go. That's what
And
I've been afraid of the whole time.
and that's the thing is, yes, this is happening. They have all kinds of things. Our message has got a lot of stuff here. They say peaceful, but do the opposite. It's like everything has become radicalized. Where there used to be, the Sunnis were nowhere near as bad as the Sharia Muslims. And now it's like they're all blended together. It's like, can you distinguish
I
at
don't
this point?
I don't know.
Because I remember back in the 90s, even the Sunnis were fighting the Sharias.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, to see this now, like it's united as one force, it's kind of scary.
Right.
And I always like to educate myself on stuff I don't understand,
Right.
but it's
This is a huge
still,
rabbit hole.
this is.
I told you I started out at I don't know what time it was. 7.
Oops, she'll be back.
Get kicked out again. So somebody
I'm
doesn't
writing
like
it
something
down.
we're saying. I
Yeah.
started at 7 o'clock last night, just wanting to get the thing from Mamdani, wanting more money. That's all I wanted was his clip.
Uh-huh.
I was up till 7 a.m. in the rabbit hole. And I'm telling you, by the time I got out, I was distressed.
Yeah. And the more,
I'm
when
not
you
gonna
look
lie.
directly at their
And again,
website,
I don't give a. Calm down. Call me racist. Call me a bigot. Islamophobic. I don't care. I am all of those. If you think that you're coming into our country and taking over, you got another thing coming. Well, here's the problem. We got idiots out there that are doing the voting that don't know anything. Um, Crazy B and I are working on a project that we titled the ISMs, ISM, and we are going to be talking about socialism, communism, capitalism, all the isms that are out there. We're probably going to launch that. What do you think, Crazy B, after the new year with all the
that, I'm
info
not
that
sure
we
if you
need?
can hear me.
And we want to
Nope,
try to
she
get it
can't hear me.
prepared for the upcoming election for 2026.
Yeah, she can't hear
Crazy
me.
B, are you there?
I am here, but you can't hear me.
And I'm probably talking to myself.
Nope, we can hear you. You just can't hear me. Okay, she'll be back in just a second. Um, One moment. Oh, I got a phone call. Hold on. Oh, nope. I will have to get back to that.
Talking to
Can you hear
myself,
me
aren't
now?
I?
No, we could hear you. You just couldn't hear me.
B.
Nope, still can't hear me. Oh, you've got to be kidding.
And we're down.
Yep, let me message her.
Can anybody in the chat either hear myself or Crazy B?
Okay, hold on one second. Yes, daughter. Oh, you're just bored? Okay.
What if we switched rooms?
It ain't going to make a difference. You don't need to change rooms. I said so. Hold on. I take it it's not letting you back in? We could all hear you. I can hear you. You could not hear me responding. I believe it's your end. But if you want, I can call it early. It's only 15 minutes early, and we can pick up tomorrow. Okay. They can hear me talking, but they can't hear you. Okay, can you hear me
Okay.
now?
Nope.
Oops, shit. Sorry, I hung up the...
Nope.
Okay, so
Not
you can only hear me in Discord. You can't hear me up on the studio.
correct.
And now it's
We can work
echoing in.
this. Can we work this way?
I mean, technically.
Well, let's try it and see what happens. So,
Okay,
chat, bear with us. This is
yeah,
a
the echo.
FMUX issue. Yeah, Crazy B, if you'll mark the 445.
I
Um,
did.
Thank you. And this is a FMUX issue, not us. We will be meeting with them on Monday
Bot.
to try to resolve issues. So right now, I'm looking at the screen while I have Crazy B on the phone. So hopefully we can get through some of this and get it done and out of the way.
It's just going to be echoey.
Yeah, well, I think they've heard worse. Can you hear
Yeah, or
me?
you could
Can you
turn
hear
down
me
the
now?
Discord volume. If you
Yeah,
want to turn down the Discord volume on the other device,
it's just my phone. Oh, on. Hold
so
on.
it's turn it down or off of speaker,
Okay.
so it's not echoing into EvMux on your tablet.
Okay. Is that better?
It should, yep, it's not so bad.
Okay. All right. I wanted you to click on that Ramadan fights down there in 2024.
Okay.
I just wanted to see what that said. And where was this at?
Quran. Oh no, that's in Quran. Where was this?
I don't.
Nowhere in particular. It's just to call to all Muslims.
Okay. All right. So I didn't plan on any of this. Crazy B didn't plan on going through all of this. I think we'll have to talk about how we want to proceed because this is truly, in of itself, as usual, a whole nother project, a whole nother can of worms, rabbit holes, things that we are unfamiliar with, and we don't have our government telling us what is going on. And we have been blindsided by illegal immigration. And I don't know if Abbott had a lot to do with it. I give him credit for at least bringing to light the seriousness of illegal immigration. I mean, when I first met everybody in Discord, um, that was how long ago, Crazy B? We're going on what, 3 years, 4 years?
Yeah,
Maybe,
right
maybe
about
a little
there.
bit long. Yeah, maybe a little bit longer. And, at that time, what the West Coast was seeing, what I was seeing here on the East Coast, the West Coast was like, you're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. There was a whole discombobulation on just how bad things were. And it wasn't until Abbott really started shipping people. And I do blame him for the influx and how he passed people around. But that brought things to light. With that being said, however, that left holes, I think, in the country where now we have this taking hold. And
Yeah,
somebody needs this. China owns land. I mean, we went through the list of all the countries that own land in America. No other country should. How is that acceptable? And how do you
it's
sell
not.
that? You know what I mean? Like, why can't I call up some country and say, hey, I have some property I'd like to sell you. Can I sell it to them? Probably not.
Um, I am updating the description, but Arby was messaging me. He's been doing a bit of a deep dive into care as well.
Okay.
So pay attention to his lives because he's talking about doing one.
Okay. Well, maybe
And the
we could
link to
do.
his stuff is in the
Yeah. Hey,
description.
Arby. Yeah. Hey, Arby. Good to see you. I just got the chat back, but perhaps Arby would be willing to. We could collaborate or something, and we could either go on his show or he could come on our show, or we could do both.
Oh, Arby, you just got here. We're talking to each other in Discord while using EvMux so you guys can hear as well. So it's echoey from the Discord.
Yeah. All right. So, with that being said, so we are 10 minutes. We might as well get started on the next one because we got a lot of stuff. Crazy Bee, would you rather go down and we'll save North Carolina for tomorrow and go down
That's what I
to
was
where,
thinking.
yeah, where you had Oregon may split?
Okay. That is a 10-minute video, but we can cut it early if we need to.
Okay. All right, cool.
All right. Let me just, I already got those in the chat description, so give me 1 second.
Okay. Thank you, chat, for being patient with us today. This all wasn't planned, but I think it's important. I didn't realize that the Oversight Committee had gone back as far as 2017, which makes me which makes me wonder if there was even things further back. I mean, well, we had 9/11. What did we know prior to that? So there's a lot of there is a lot of information right now in the news. There was a confirmed terrorist who's a truck driver. I mean, some of this stuff is absolutely off the chain. Oh, just crazy.
All right. I don't know how well you'll be able to hear this, but I hope you can.
Okay.
Switch layers. Hold on. There we are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is that video about Oregon's counties being split up.
Unbeknownst to most people,
I didn't mute the Discord.
eastern part of Oregon is in the process of slowly breaking away from the rest of the state.
Oh, that's funny.
Now,
I
we
can
first
hear
covered
the
this movement
video.
about a...
But you can't hear me.
Right.
That is so ass backwards.
Huh.
Okay, let me hit play. Sorry for the echo, guys. We'll try to minimize it.
Yeah, let me try to go back to the Discord.
If you want to mute me in Discord. Oh no, you can't mute me in Discord. Shit.
Hold on. Okay, how's that? Is that better?
I'm not sure. Oh, that's much better. Okay, let's hit play.
about a year ago in our program, but since then, there's actually been a lot of development, and so let's go through it together. To start with, let me set up the background for you. You see, after many years of being essentially fed up with the policies that are coming out of Portland, over a third of the counties of Oregon have just voted to secede. Specifically, they voted to leave Oregon and instead to join the growing state of Idaho. This is called the Greater Idaho Movement. Out of the 36 total counties in Oregon, 13 of them have already voted in favor of secession, because by and large, the people living in those counties believe that their own values are no longer being represented by their state legislature, which, as you would imagine, is dominated by the extremely liberal politicians coming out of Portland. And what's truly interesting about this particular movement is that it might actually succeed. Just like you will succeed in life if you smash that subscribe button right below this video, and that way you'll get notified of any new videos as soon as we publish them. And that way you'll stay informed about what's truly happening in this country. Also, please smash that like button as well. Thank you. Now, getting back to it, Just like most liberal blue states, the majority of the counties in Oregon are actually conservative leaning, similar to states like New York, California, and Illinois. And so, for instance, if we look at a county-by-county results map of the 2024 election, we'll see that the majority of the counties in the state of Oregon voted for Trump, whereas a minority of heavily populated counties voted for Harris. This same disparity also translates to the state legislature, because again, despite the vast geographic swath of the country voting red, you have both the state Senate as well as the state assembly being heavily controlled by Democrats. And so, in order to understand the desire to secede, just put yourself in the shoes of a farmer or a rancher living somewhere over in rural Oregon, a 5-hour drive from Portland. Realistically, you have almost nothing in common, politically speaking, with the people of Portland, even though the politicians from Portland are the ones who are making the actual decisions that impact your life. You might not support their policies, you might not support their positions, you don't support what they're doing with your tax dollars, but basically, no matter what you do, the geography and the demographics of the state make it such that your voice over in the eastern part of the state...
If I can get past some of the stuff that I got blocking my screen, go ahead.
Okay, so this is exactly what we were just talking about with Texas, where the judge blocked the redistricting, or otherwise known as gerrymandering. In California, Newsom and the courts have permitted it to happen. So this redistricting was the Democrats always used redistricting in order to gain seats. Trump went out and told the Republicans to do the same. For one of the very few times they finally started to do this redistricting, and the Dems had a fit. So that's why all the lawsuits and everything are happening. But we just reported on Staten Island yesterday wanting to do the same type of thing for all of the aforementioned topics that he just talked about. You know, they're not being representative. Their values aren't the same. And so it's possible they could leave New York City.
And that's one of the things that Staten Island was talking about doing too, like you said. New York is splitting, Oregon's having its divide. A lot of these states are starting to see that the cities do not have their interests in heart.
Right. All right, go ahead.
All right.
At least electorally. And that's really true. Both the Oregon State Senate as well as the Oregon State Assembly, they're both currently held with a supermajority by the Democrats, meaning that the Democrats can pass any piece of legislation without needing bipartisan support or needing to compromise on anything. They can railroad it through. And so this is where the Greater Idaho movement comes in, with its plan to take the eastern counties of Oregon and have them join the very conservative state of Idaho. As you can see by the map on your screen, this would effectively move the state line of Idaho several hundred miles west. And as I mentioned at the top of the episode, this movement is really picking up steam, with more and more counties in the eastern part of Oregon getting on board. As of today, 13 different counties have approved various measures which require their local officials to begin the process of breaking away from the state. Quote, "The Greater Idaho movement has won non-binding elections in 13 counties. Supporters have been holding town halls, selling hats and t-shirts, and erecting billboards with messages such as 'Release Eastern Oregon.'" For your general reference, the 13 counties are as follows. You have Sherman County, Morrow County, Union County, Walova County, Jefferson County, Wheeler County, Crook County, Grant County, Baker County, Mallard County, Arney County, Lake County, as well as Klamath County. And just for your reference, by the way, in case you're wondering, when we first reported on this movement about a year ago, only 11 counties had done this. Now it's 13, leaving just 2 counties as the holdouts, Gilliam and Umatilla counties. And the reason that these 2 counties have yet to hold a vote is because the county clerks there are refusing to allow the movement to start gathering signatures. And so they are essentially stalling the process. However, given the, you can say, overwhelming support that these ballot initiatives are having in the nearby counties, it might just only be a matter of time until these 2 holdouts join the movement as well. But the big question here is whether this prospect of secession is actually going to go anywhere. Is it really the case that if all 15 of these counties vote for it, then the transfer can just happen? Well, not exactly. That's because according to Article 4, Section 3 of the U.S. Constitution, no new state can be formed within the jurisdiction of another state or by joining other states, quote, without the consent of the legislatures of the states concerned, as well as of the Congress. Meaning, in order for this to actually happen, it will require a formal vote in the Oregon state legislature, a formal vote in the Idaho state legislature, and then once the two sides come to an amicable agreement, it would require ratification by the U.S. Congress, which sounds like a long shot, but it might actually not be. To start with, the lawmakers, as well as the governor of Idaho, are actually embracing this proposal. For instance, you had the governor of Idaho, Mr. Brad Little. He recently went on to Fox News and said this regarding the plan, quote, they're looking at Idaho fondly because of our regulatory atmosphere, our values. That doesn't surprise me one bit. What they're interested in is they would like to have a little more autonomy, a little more control, a little more freedom, and I can understand that. Also, atop the supportive position coming from the governor, in February of 2023, the Idaho House of Representatives passed a non-binding memorial which, quote, resolves that the Idaho legislature stands ready to begin discussions with the Oregon legislature regarding the potential to relocate the Oregon-Idaho state boundary. And so you take that into account, and it appears that this plan has good buy-in on the Idaho side. Then in terms of the Oregon side, you might assume that they would not go for it. As we mentioned earlier,
yeah, it's about only halfway through. So if they want, they can finish it on their own.
Okay.
Because it is a good video that really breaks down, and it even talks about Illinois. Most of Illinois wants to break away from Chicago.
Right. And this is also similar to what we talked about, the two provinces that up in Canada that want to break away. So
yep.
It's very interesting. So perhaps my far-fetched break away from the north and the south, or go east to the west, and you go this way and I'll go that way. It looks like that's what's happening in some of these places.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine them just moving on over? I believe the last occurrence was when Rhode Island left. I think that was the last one, but
I believe it was.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that being said, everybody, thank you for your patience with us. We will try to resolve the technical end of it.
Difficulty.
Yeah, on Monday. And please don't forget to follow, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And Rex Sisters appreciates all of your support and everybody in the chat that shows up day after day, no matter what time, puts up with all of our crap. We appreciate you more than you know.
Very appreciated.
Yes, with that being said, I have dishes to do and baby butters to prepare.
And I've got dinner handed to me, so I'm going to end my usual. Stay safe, stay sane, stay sober, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.